Programming.
Yeah, see, one by one. Okay. So basically, we use programming to interact with the computer. Okay. As you know, computers only understand binaries. Okay, like zero and ones. Okay, these are the binaries which are only understood by the computers, and this is known as machine language. Okay. Now we cannot able to learn binaries. Like we cannot learn a in binary language we have a in like suppose we have binary of a is this one. Okay, we cannot learn binary language. So for communicating with a computer to give the instructions to a PC, so that is why we use programming language. Okay. Now in programming languages, we have high level language, we have mid level, and then we have this low level language. So high level means we have Python in high level. In mid level, we have C or C++, and low level we have assembly. So high level means which is close to users. Okay, which is like basically close to users. And mid level is like combination of high level and low level. And assembly is like low level is like which is close to machine. Okay, which is close to machine language. And it is close to users. Okay, like Python, when we see the code of Python, Python is written in English language. Like we use print, we use for loop, we use while loop, we use if statement. These are all in English. So that is why it is known as high level, which is close to English language. Mid level, it is like a combination of high level and low level. And then we have assembly, which is close to machine language. Like we have in assembly language, we have signs and symbols. Like we have this one code. Okay, this is the code of the assembly, which is like hardly understand by the humans. So that is why Python is a high level programming language, which is usually close to English language. Okay, Python is a general purpose. What is the means of general purpose is Python can be used everywhere. Okay, Python can be used in like in data science, in machine learning, in animation, in data mining, in applications, web development, software development, AI, automation, etc. So that is why we can say that Python is a general purpose programming language. And why Python is a general purpose and C and C++ all are not general purpose? Because why Python is a in like is a hot is in like in trend. So basically Python has extensible like libraries and frameworks. It has libraries and frameworks as well as modules. Okay, as we say that Python is an open source, so anyone can contribute to its source code. Okay, like in applications, we have open source, we have freeware softwares, and then we have paid. Paid like you have to pay for that. Freeware is like we can use it for free, but we cannot access its source code. Like we cannot modify its source code. And open source means we can use it free as well as we can modify its source code. So Python has lots and lots of libraries, frameworks as well as modules. So that is why it is a general purpose. Like for let's say for if you want to use Python in data science, then for that we have pandas, we have NumPy, we have Seaborn, and etc. Okay, these are the libraries for data science. If you want to use Python in web, then we have Django for that. If you want to use Python for Android, then we have Flex for that. Okay, etc. And when you want to use GUI for Python, then we have Printer. Automation for that we have Selenium. Okay, these all are the libraries that makes Python a general purpose language. Okay, after that, is it clear? Like why Python is a general purpose?
So the Namco is the a dictionary, isn't it? Namco.
Django. No, it's not a dictionary, it's a
Namco,
framework.
Namco, Namco.
No, it's not a dictionary, it's a library.
Library. Okay.
Yeah. No. Python is a dynamic and high level. High level is clear. Why Python is dynamic in nature? Because whenever you make a variable in C, like in Python, suppose you make a variable a is equal to 5. Okay, when you're coding in C, you have to tell the Python or the interpreter that you are storing a number. For example, you have to write int a is equal to 5. For means in C and C++ and in other languages, you have to define what type of value you are storing. But in Python, you can store it freely. Like you don't need to define it like what type of value you are storing, whether it is a number or it is a string. Okay, so that is why Python is a dynamic in nature. High level interpreted programming. Interpreted means one we have interpreted and second we have scripting. Okay, so Python is both scripting as well as interpretive programming. Scripting means in here first interpreted when you like open the Python IDE. Let's say Python IDE. Okay. Okay, suppose I write here print hello what. Okay, and enter. See, when you write a code and it execute the code line by line, so this is known as interpreted programming. Like whenever you write a code and the code will execute it line by line. Okay, it's executing line by line. And scripting is like whenever your code is executing as a whole. Whenever like you add 50 lines of code, okay, and then you save your file and then you are running it. So this is like you are running as a whole. Okay, like all the code lines together, and interpreted you are executing line by line. That is why Python is like interpreted as well as scripting. Python is easy to learn, yeah, and powerful because of its libraries. Versatile, like you can also use Python as a scripting, like you can write malwares, payloads, etc. From Python because of its libraries. Okay, Python syntax is dynamic, like it is easy to understand. Okay, and Python support multi-programming pattern, like we can use Python in everywhere. Okay, and then Python is a cross-platform. We can use Python in every platform, like in Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, and Mac. Then Python is a case sensitive. Okay, which means for Python A and this A both are different. Okay, this A and this A both are different. Why Python is a case sensitive? Can anyone tell me? Like why Python is case sensitive? Like for us, this A and this small case and this capital A, both are same. But for Python, this A and this small a and uppercase, both are different. Why? Why we can say that Python is case sensitive? Can anyone?
Ma'am, it is case sensitive. Actually, why it is case sensitive?
Yeah, why it is case sensitive? I'm asking you.
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, so it's because see, as I told you, machines only understand binaries. Okay, so A is equal to the binaries for A is this, and this capital A, this binary is for example this. Okay, so Python only, so your machine only understand the binaries languages. So this A, the binary of this A and this binary of A, both are different. That is why we have different uppercase is different for machine and the lowercase is different for machine. Okay. Then Python is again dynamic in nature because you don't need to compile the Python code. Okay, means whenever you're writing a C and or C++ code. Okay, let's suppose you are writing a C and C++ code. You first need to code it, then you need to compile the code, and then you need to run the code. Okay, so these are three processes. First you need to code it, then you need to compile it. Okay, compile means convert .c code into .exe code. Okay, and then you need to run it. But in Python, you can only code and then run. That's it. Okay, there is no need to compile it. Python interpreter compiles it automatically. Okay, that is why Python is also dynamic in nature. We don't need to compile it again and again. Okay, then after that, we have Python 2 and Python 3. Previously, we have only Python 2. Now we are using Python 3.10 version. Okay, and so on. So what is the difference between Python 2 and 3? So Python 2 has limited libraries. Okay, but Python 3 has like unlimited libraries, like many libraries. Okay. Then, whenever you write Python code, you write print, space, quotations, and hello. Okay. This is the line of Python 2. And whenever you write Python in Python print, you use parentheses, this round brackets. Hello. Point. Okay. This is like the basic difference. The syntax difference basically. We can say that the syntax difference. Okay, you don't need to use parentheses here, but you need to use parentheses. Okay, then we use raw input here, raw underscore input. Okay, here, and in here we only use input. Okay, these are the like difference between Python 2 and 3, and all the companies are currently using Python 3. Okay. Now, Python history. Python was invented by Kudu and Rossum in 1991. Okay, and the Python name Python is derived from the language ABC. Okay, ABC programming. It is derived from ABC. Then Python, like why we call Python as Python? Because it is chosen by the owner, creator of the developer of the Python with a from his favorite BBC comedy show. Okay, that is Monty Python's Flying Circus. Okay, so he decided to pick up the name Python for his newly created programming language. Okay, is it clear like why we call Python as Python? Okay, no. Why learn Python? Because Python is easy to use. These are the basically features of Python. Easy to use, expressive, interpreted, OOPS language, object oriented, open source. Okay, it can be extensible. Like we can add many libraries to it. Okay, and then GUI integrated and embedded. It means we can embed the code of Python with other language. Like we can embed C and Python together, then we have Python, and Java and Python together, then we have Jython. Okay, we can embed the code of Python with other languages. And dynamic memory allocation, we don't need to specify where to store the variables or functions. Python automatically, dynamically, or like store its do its memory allocation process. Then wide range of libraries and frameworks. And where is Python used? Data science, data mining. And these are the platforms in which Python are used. Okay, these are in domains. Then we have Python popular frameworks and libraries. For web, we have Django, Flask, Remit, CherryPy. Okay. For GUI, we have Kinter, PyGTK, PyQt, etc. For machine learning, we have TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-learn, etc. Then for mathematics, we have NumPy and Pandas, etc. Okay, is it clear? The introduction of Python? Any doubt regarding this? I will share you the documents after the class and the video. Okay. So, is there any doubt or is it clear? We can move forward.
It's clear, ma'am.
Yes, clear.
Now, installation of Python, how we can install it? For Python installation, you have to go to Python, download. Okay. You can click on here and just click this button. Okay, download Python. Click on here. Okay, for the installation process, okay, when you install your Python, there's an option will came add to path. Okay, and the square bracket. Oh, sorry, the square box. You have to tick this option add to path. Okay, and then you can install it. It is like straightforward. Only just tick this box. Okay, like add to path. And then we will use IDEs. Okay, IDEs means integrated development environment. Okay, why we use IDE? Because when we use Python like as a Python code, the Python interface is like this is. Okay, when we code in here, this is like somewhat. First of all, it is boring. Okay, and then it is like it has limitations. So we will use IDs like we have Visual Studio Code, which we call this code, and then we have iChunk and Atom, Jupyter, Spider, etc. Okay, so we have many IDs. So for this, like for this course, we will use VS Code. Okay, so you have to go to search for Visual Studio Code, and then in here you have to click on here. Okay, now download it for Windows or Mac or any operating system you are using. Okay, the installation is also straightforward. Now, after installing the VS Code, go to the open the VS Code, and then you will see this interface. Okay, first you have to go to extensions. This one. Okay, extensions. There you have to search for Python extensions. First you have to download Python. Okay, then click on here Python by Microsoft. Here. Okay, click on install it. After Python, you have to install Prettier. Okay, this one. Prettier. Okay, this will format your code. Okay, and you have to install it. After that, you have to install icons. Okay, these are very useful extensions. Okay, just click on install here, and after that, run this one. Okay, install this code runner. These are the 4 extensions that you need to download. Is it clear? First one Python, second one run, third one that icons. Okay, and then code prettier. Okay, after installing these modules, restart your VS Code. Okay, restart it. Now this is the like interface of the VS Code. Then cross it, and then go to File, Preferences, and then Color Theme. Okay, this one. You can like change the theme of your VS Code, like in whichever you are comfortable with. Okay, like anything. Now, Control V. Okay, Control B to hide this panel, and Control B to like show this panel. Okay. Control plus B. Okay, to hide and to show up this like right column. Then, if you want to make a new file, okay, first make a new folder here. In a desktop, right click, new folder. Let's name it Python 1. Enter. Now, drag this folder to VS Code here. Okay, this will open your folder in the VS Code. Now we have this Python here in this right side. Okay, so here you have to go to new file. This is for the new file, new folder. Refresh. Okay, then you have to make a. If you want to make a new file, then click on it, new file, and then name it. Let's say file1.py. Okay, the extension of Python is .py. Okay, if you want to make a folder here, you can click on folder number 1. Okay, this is folder number 1, and then we have Python py. Okay, if you want to save the file, Control S, save. Okay, and if you want to open any existing file, then file, open file from here. Okay, and file one anything. Okay, and then if you want to run the file, suppose you have write print hello world. Control S, save, and then click on in here, run. Say hello. Okay, or you can run it from terminal. Here, click on terminal here, and type Python and the name of your file. py1.py, enter. Okay, hello world. You can run in either way. It's your choice. So is it clear? Mukesh and Cisco,
Yes.
is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Installation process.
Yeah, ma'am, I have already installed.
Cisco, what about you?
So far so good. The installation process, all the things that were installed, are we gonna get those text files that tells us what needs to be installed?
Okay. Okay. No. So Python introduction is completed. Now we have Python fundamentals. Okay. First, let me tell you about Python variables. Okay. What are Python variables? What are Python variables? Anyone can answer?
Python
Munira?
variables, ma'am.
Yeah. Muniral, what is Python variables?
Python variables are like a containers, like
Yeah.
x equal to 5, y equal to like any name with bracket, then that's the thing.
Yeah. So variables are like containers. Okay. That
Stores the information.
it stores your value. Okay. Like A is equal to 10, B is equal to let's say 11. Okay, like that. Now there are some rules for naming the variables that we call naming conventions. Okay. This is known as rules for naming variables. We have to follow some rules for naming the variables. First rule is spaces are not allowed. Okay. Spaces are not allowed in your variable. Spaces are not allowed. Basically.
So instead of b equal to 11, I can put any name, isn't it?
Sorry?
You put the a equal to 10, b equal to 11. Instead of 11, I can put any name in here,
Yeah.
isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, we are like talking about variables. Okay,
Yep.
the b is equal to 11. 11 is the value of the variable. Okay, so spaces are not allowed, but if you want to use space, you can use underscore. So underscore are allowed. Like for example, you cannot name a variable like last space name is equal to can see that first name is equal to you cannot name like this. Okay, first space name, but you can first underscore name. Okay, is equal to Python. Okay, then third, special characters are not allowed. Special characters are not allowed, like @ hash and dollar percentage etc. Okay, for example, you cannot name like this. First is equal to name. Okay. Okay, this is wrong. You cannot use special characters. Fourth, you cannot okay, so you cannot start the variable name with a number. Like you cannot one num is equal to 1. You cannot start your variable name with a number. Okay. But you can use number in the middle and in the last. Like you can do this like num1 is equal to 10, comma. You can num1 or num2 is equal to 11. Okay, you can do this like this. But numbers are not allowed in the starting. Okay, fifth rule, reserve words. Reserve words are not allowed. Means you cannot name reserve words. And the reserve words we are like print, if, else, for, while. These have the special meanings for the Python interpreter. Okay, like you cannot do this. Print is equal to hello. Okay, you cannot do this like print is a special keyword or a special word for the Python. Okay, you cannot name this as a variable. Okay, now the last one, six. Always name the variable. Okay, always name the variable or always name your variable related to your value. For example, let's say you are taking an input as a name. Okay, then name is equal to Python. Okay, or name is name market. Or if you are like taking as a language, then you can say language is equal to Python. Okay. So always name your variable related to your value. Suppose you are taking a number, then say num1 is equal to 10. Num2 is equal to 11. Okay. So always name the variable related to your values. Whatever the values you are storing. Okay, you cannot or it is not a good practice to name like a is equal to Python. Okay. Like no one can understand it. Okay. Is it clear? The naming conventions of variables? These are
Yes,
clear?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now tell me, invalid. Now, this is a valid is this like a valid variable or invalid? Valid or invalid? This one, variable name.
Invalid, ma'am,
Invalid, ma'am. Why?
Mm.
because we have used space in it.
Yeah, we are using the space. Okay. Muniral, is it valid or invalid?
Invalid.
Invalid. Okay. Okay. Cisco, is it invalid or valid?
Invalid.
Why?
Because this language you cannot put down the last name or something. Language.
No. We can put any value. Okay.
Or might be in the underscore. That's the reason.
No, you can allow underscore in the variable name, but you cannot allow the space in the variable. Okay. So
Okay.
this is
What is
valid.
the space in here or where after the equal? Where
No,
is the
see,
space?
this
Oh, in
this
here.
doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
This doesn't matter whether you put space before the equal sign or after the equal sign. What is matter is the name of the variable. Are you like putting the variable the space here or here? And like here or here. So this is matter. Okay. If you're putting the underscore, then this is a valid variable name. Okay.
Okay. So
And
you
yeah,
make a space after the last. That's reason.
yeah, you can make like many spaces as you want, but this is not a good practice. Always keep only one space here. Okay.
Okay.
Just one and here one space. Even if you don't put any space, then it will not give you any error. It is also right, correct. Okay. So, but it's a good practice to put a space here. Now, one more thing. These rules are only for the variables, not for the values. Okay, these rules are only for this variable, not for this value. You can put anything in the value, like you can use any special characters. You can like use print function, but you have to put inside the quotations. Okay, these are the quotations you have to put. So these rules are only for the variable name. This variable name. Okay, you can put any value as you want. Like you can add many spaces as you can. Okay, you can use any underscore as you want. You can use number, etc. Okay, but for only for the value. Okay, you cannot use any of these for the variable name. Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now we have data types. First we have string. What are strings?
Strings, ma'am, where we can assign anything like name and some not where which are not integers and
Okay.
what is the other
Munral, what
thing?
are strings?
Like an integer, float, that sort of string.
No. Any set of characters
Any statement.
that are enclosed inside quotations.
Shell quotations.
A double quotation. Okay.
Double quotations. We can use single quotations also.
Single as well.
And we can use triple as well.
Like a first name quotation, then last name quotation.
Yeah. No, these are the variable name. You cannot use quotations in here, but you have to use quotation in the value. Okay. Means this is the variable and this is the value. Okay.
Value.
And you are using the quotations inside the value in values. For example, Python. Okay, this is a string 115. This is also a string. Okay, any character, like any special character, any number, any float, any complex number inside the quotations are known as strings. Okay, this can be a double quotation. You can also put single quotation. Okay, and you can also use triple quotations. Okay, anything. Is it clear? Like what are strings? Any character, like whether it is a number, whether it is a special character, any value that are inside quotations are known as strings. Okay. Now this is not a number for Python. It is only a character for Python, not a number. Like whenever you add two strings, like we have 1 plus 1, the answer will be 1, not 2. Okay, because these are the strings, not numbers. Okay. Now we have numbers. In numbers we have int, float, and complex. Okay.
Complex.
In int we have all the non-decimal numbers. Okay. For examples, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 44, like this. And for the float, we have decimal numbers.
Yeah, decimal number. 1.2.
Only point numbers.
Point number, yeah.
Etc. And complex, what a complex number? Combination of real number, imaginary number, like 1 plus 2j. Okay, this 1 is a real number and j is a imaginary number. We hardly use complex number in the Python code. Okay, mostly we use int and float. Okay, is it clear?
Yep.
Then we have Boolean value.
Yeah.
Which is only true and false.
False.
And make sure whenever you are using the Boolean value in the Python code, always T should be capital and F should be capital. Okay, that's it. Otherwise, it will throw an error if you put two like this. Okay. Then after that, we have many more. Okay. First understand this strings, numbers, and booleans. Okay. Now, let's write some code. Now another thing we have to. Now the important operators we have, which is also known as arithmetic operators. Okay, arithmetic operators we have plus, minus, multiply,
minus,
divide.
multiply, divide,
Okay, which one is float and which one is
module,
which one is float division and which one is int division? Munir, which is float and which is integer out of these two?
Sorry, what's your question?
Which is int division and which is float division? Like we have two values, na? Int and float. Okay,
Yep.
and which one is int and which one is float? Out of these. See,
The
Mukesh?
first one is the, I think, float.
Yeah. First one is a float. And second one is a int.
Integer.
Okay. For example, when you divide, let's say 5 divide 2. This will give you the output 2.5.
Right.
Okay. And when you same divide 5 divided by 2, it will only give you 2. Okay.
Two.
It will not show you the decimal part. This is int because this is integer. And this is float.
Float.
Okay. This is shows you the decimal part and this will show you the non-decimal part. Okay. Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay. And this is modulus, which is known as percent sign. Okay. Modulus, it will show it will give the remainder part. And this is exponent. It will power of. Okay, it is like power of. Now, modulus is like when you have 5 modulus 2, what will be the answer? 1. Okay. Because 2 2s are 4 and the 5 minus 4 1. So 1 will be the remainder. And only modulus will show you the remainder part. Okay. And exponent, when you did 5 exponent 2, it means 5 into 5. 25. Okay. Means 5 power of 2. Same with like 4, 8, 7. So 4 times 7 times 4. Okay, like 4 into like this. Is it clear? And the answer should. Okay.
Yep.
Modulus. Now how to code it? Let's go to interpreter. Now make a two variable. Okay. Let's say num1 is equal to let's say 5 and num2 is equal to 2. Now print num1 plus num2. This is division, this is double, and this is modulus. And then we have exponent. Okay, these all are the arithmetic operators. And when you run it, it will show you the output. Okay, run it from here. See. Okay. Is it clear?
Yep.
Like how we can code it? No. Then we have typecasting. Okay, we will discuss later. We have input feature. Input function. This input function is used to take input from the user. Is used to take input value from the user. Okay, like in here. Like in here, we are typing the value manually. Okay, like assigning 5 to num1. What if we want to take a value from the user? Then for that we use input function. Okay, let's say num1 is equal to input and then whatever quotations, enter your name, then quotations close. Okay, and then bracket close. Or we can say that it's name. Okay, always put quotation inside the parenthesis. And whatever you write inside this, it will display as it is. Like when you like enter your name, then enter your name will be displayed. When you like enter your name a lots of space, then it will print it like this only, like as it is. So whenever you write anything inside the quotations, it will display as it is. Okay, input. Then you can print the input like name is equal to input, and then enter your name space. Then print name and save it and then run it. Let's run from the terminal. Enter your name. Okay, so name will be printed. If you want to enter something with a name, like let's say hello, put comma. Okay, after you write hello, and then hello will be printed with a name. Enter your name. Let's see. Hello, Hopya. Okay, let's. Is it clear? You can also put space, or you can also put like that plus sign, but like comma is more suitable than plus. Okay, then and remember input always take input as a string. Okay, so if you're like calculating something, you have to convert it into a number. And comment it out. Like if you want to take num1 is equal to input, enter the number, and you can say num2 is equal to input, enter the number second, and then print number plus number, and then run it. Okay. Number 1, 2. So this is 22 instead of 4. So remember input always take input in the form of string. Okay. So for the Python it is 2 plus 2, which is like we are plusing, like adding the two strings together, then 22. Now so you have to convert this input string into number. Okay.
So this one the float.
Which one? No, this is string.
Okay.
String. You are writing inside quotations now. So input always take input in the form of strings, not in the form of float or int. If you want to convert it into float or int, then you have to put before int input. You have to put input. Int, and in here also int.
Okay.
Okay. Yesterday this int is. Yeah. And then you can run it. Enter the number 2 and 2. Now the answer is 4. Okay. You can also use float here. Float. Okay. If you want like decimal values. Float. Then same 2 and 2. 4.0. Okay. You can also use float and you can also use int. Is it clear now?
Yep.
Okay, Cisco, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Now let's clear this out. Python tokens. So what are tokens? What are tokens in Python? What are tokens? Anyone can answer? Muniran?
Ma'am, tokens are like some special characters assignment which will give special permissions to perform a task.
Okay. So basically, tokens are the smallest value of a Python code. Okay, like for a human being, a cell is the smallest unit for a body. Same as a token is the smallest unit for a Python. Everything is in Python is a token. Like whenever you are using the name is a token. Okay, you are using the print is a token. So everything in Python is a token. Token is like a character set which includes all the characters, like from A to Z, small a to Z, and from every value and all the special characters. Okay, so tokens are like the smallest value in Python. White spaces all are the and the AXA Unicode, these all are the characters are the tokens.
So there is a spatial symbol as well, the
Yeah,
token.
all the things are tokens. Now tokens are the smallest individual unit in the Python. Okay. Then after token, we have keywords. Now in the token category, we have keywords, we have identifiers, we have yeah. So for the keywords are the reserved words for the Python, which have the special meaning for the Python interpreter. Like we have seen print. Print has the special meaning for Python because it is used to print something. Okay, we have 33 keywords. Like we have true and false are the boolean value. None is a special keyword. And as said, def, class, continue. These all are the special keywords which have like special meanings for the Python. Now you cannot name it as a variable, okay, because these are reserved words. Whenever you name it as a variable, the Python interpreter will confuse. Like you are using it as a variable and throws you an error. Okay, so these are special keywords. And print also. Now, identifiers are nothing but all the names that you are giving to a variable. Okay, like this name. Name is an identifier. We will also know it is also known as identifier in variable. Okay, identifiers are this. Whenever you name something to the in the Python code, suppose you are naming a variable, you are naming a function, you are creating your own function, then these all the things are known as identifiers, which is named by you. Okay. Then Python identifier case sensitive because okay, I told you one more time. Then values, we have values, literals and values. We have string literals that you have seen, the character literals like the single character and the numeric literals. In numerals, we have integer, float, and complex. Okay, and the boolean value. We had already seen these are the literals. Basically, these are the data types, but they come under the category of literals. Okay. Then we have the special literals like none, which is nothing. Okay, none value. Then we have literal collections where we have multiple collections like we have list, we have tuple, we have dictionary, and we have set. Okay, set is set here. Okay, I will told you what are four of these data types. Okay, so basically, let me tell you. Now for the literal collections, we have list. Okay, list are enclosed inside square brackets. Okay, let's say apple, we have cherry, and then we have grapes. Now, one more thing, you cannot assign multiple values to a one variable. Let's say you have name is equal to Python. You have put name is equal to Python. So you cannot put multiple values like Java also or C or C++ also. Okay, you cannot put like you cannot assign multiple values to a single variable. So for that you can like name one comma name two. You can name one comma name two comma and name three is equal to and the names like Python comma Java comma and then C++. Okay, so Python is like the value of name one, Java is name two, and C++ Java name three. So you can do this like this, but you cannot name one is equal to this one. This you cannot assign these all values to a single variable. Okay, is it clear?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now for assigning the multiple values to a single variable, you use literal collections. Okay. Which includes list, which is like you can enclose inside square brackets. Now in the list, there's a benefit in collections, literal collections. You can store multiple types of values like you can store strings with numbers. You can store boolean value with all these data types. Okay, it means you can store any type of data type in the single list. Okay, even you can input list inside list. Okay, like we have list and then we have 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, and This is like the benefit. You can even like put a set inside list, dictionary inside list, like that. Okay, so you can input any data type at the same time inside a single list. This is known as list. Okay, inside square brackets. Then we have tuple, which is inside parentheses. Okay, same with the tuple. Okay, then we have dictionaries, tuple underscore one. Okay, then we have dictionaries is equal to curly braces. Okay, dictionaries are key value pairs. Let's say name, colon, Python. Okay, comma, let's say name to, colon, Java, etc. Okay, so this is name is a key, Python is a value. So this is one key pair value. Then name 2 is a key, Java is a value. Then this is second key pair value. Okay. Then after dictionary, we have set.
These all are collections like list, tuple, dictionary, set.
Yeah,
all
these
are
are
the
all literal collections.
Okay.
These are all literal collections. Then set inside curly braces also. And then we have this same with the set. Now, what is the difference between list, tuple, dictionary, and set?
The
Like,
number.
what is the difference? Muniran?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what is the difference?
like dictionary name is Python and name 2 is Java, but in here Apple the separate like Apple is separate, cherry is separate, grapes is separate.
And
mixed together, including the number.
Okay, and dictionary can also include numbers
and
also.
Boolean as well.
Like dictionaries can also include numbers.
Number, yeah.
Okay. So list is mutable or immutable?
Immutable. Mutable.
Okay, mutable. Tuple?
Triple immutable.
Immutable.
Dictionaries?
Mutable.
Muniral?
Immutable.
Immutable.
Immutable. Really? It's mutable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Set?
This one immutable.
Set is also mutable.
Sorry?
Set.
Set immutable.
Set is immutable.
Immutable. Okay. Basically, set is both mutable and immutable. Okay. Let me tell you why. Immutable. At the same time. And another thing, we have frozen set. They are mutable or immutable?
Frozen set. That is immutable.
Mutable. Mutable or immutable?
Immutable, man. Immutable.
Okay. So, what is the meaning of mutable and immutable?
Mutable is changeable.
Okay. Mutable changeable. And immutable is unchangeable.
Unchangeable.
Yeah. So mutable, like we can change the elements of the list. Like we can change these are the elements: apple, cherry, grapes. These are the elements of the list. Okay, we can change the value of the elements. Like we can replace apple with banana. We can replace true with false. We can like replace this list with a number also. Okay, this is known as like changeable. In tuple, we cannot change it. Like tuple is pure immutable. You cannot change apple with banana. You cannot change cherry with any number. Okay, even you cannot change any element in tuple. That is why it is known as immutable, means unchangeable. Okay. In dictionary, you can change the value as well. Okay, that is why it is mutable. Now, set is why set is both mutable and immutable. Can anyone answer? Why set is both mutable and immutable? Yesterday I told you.
Like you can change the apple to banana, but true or false, you cannot change that.
Okay, Mukesh?
Ma'am, we can change the values, but we cannot alter some new fields into it.
You are the opposite.
Okay, we can edit new fields, but we cannot edit the existing field.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You can add that, but you cannot change that.
Yeah, we can add the value in the, we can remove the value, like we can remove grapes, we can remove 1 2 3 etc, but we cannot update the value, like we cannot update apple with banana, we cannot update
Okay.
cherry with another thing. Okay, so the elements of the set are immutable, but the set itself is mutable. Okay, so let me write it. The elements are immutable, okay, but the set itself is mutable. Okay, means you can add, you can remove it. But in tuple, you cannot but in tuple is pure immutable. Either neither you can update the value, nor you can add or remove any value. Okay. Now frozen set. If set is mutable and immutable, so that is why we have frozen set to make set a full mutable one. In frozen set, you cannot update the value, or you cannot add or remove the value. Okay, that is why frozen set is immutable. It is pure immutable.
Introduced.
Okay,
Pure immutable.
and these are half mutable and half immutable. And dictionary, it is immutable, and tuple, it is immutable. Okay, is it clear?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so operators are left and variables are completed. So I will show you the notes. Okay.
Okay.
Is it enough? Is it okay? Is enough for today? So any doubt regarding all these modules?
No, all good.
Any doubt?
So far, nothing new.
Okay, I will share the notes. You can go through it, and then if you find any doubt, you can ask me to do it.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Okay.
Okay, Cisco, is it fine? Any doubt?
I share the video recording.
Yeah, I will share you the recording.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, Bupya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.